You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Talk about Georgia, folks. Secretary of State has removed hundreds of thousands of registered voters that were classified as inactive from its voting rolls, even though there was a legal challenge from a voting rights group to block the purge of a portion of the names. Fair Fight Action, a voting rights organization founded by Stacey Abrams, filed an emergency motion in federal court on Monday challenging the removal of a portion of the list. U.S. District Judge Steve Jones denied that motion. Here's the deal. Supreme Court ruled in the Ohio case that this is legal. They did. And it was a white man in Ohio who filed that.
That's right.
And so this is one of those things where what people who believe in voting have to do, we all have access to the list. The list has the names of the people, has the addresses. What we're going to have to do, and I do this all the time, I register every year. Right. Y'all ain't saying I moved.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting.
We're going to have to, it's going to have to be a process to where you are constantly being registered because they're going to play these games.
That actually is not a bad tactic, Roland, because, I mean, this again, which is why when you're replacing the federal bench, this is where the war is going to be fought in the next 20 years.
50.
Stacey Abrams should be the governor of Georgia because Brian Kemp stole the election by being the Secretary of State and engaging in this behavior. They now realize that Georgia is a battleground state. They're trying to get ahead of this 2020 vote. And so that actually is not a bad idea. Black folks register every year.
So,
take this off the page.
Don't assume. Yeah. Look, it's a card.
Yeah.
Fill it out. There you go.
Wow.
When you register, re-register your car, it's automatic. You could do that. And these are defensive on the suppression issues. Also, when you go to vote, and if there's some confusion, you have every right to ask for a provisional ballot. You get that provisional ballot, you fill it out. Yes, it goes in another box.
What's your experience with provisional ballots? Because they pulled that on me about 3 years ago in Maryland, and I vote every year. They gave me a provisional ballot. I said, well, y'all giving me a provisional?
Oh, you weren't on the rolls?
But I vote every year in the same place.
You got purged somehow. Like, yeah, you got purged.
No, but what's your? Do they count these ballots only?
Yeah, only if it's within a certain percentage of the. Oh, and it depends on the state, but it depends on a certain percentage of the win.
Register.
Otherwise, it just stays in that box with dust on it. But at least you have voted, and you have, and there can be legal challenges. I mean, it's like, but if you don't fill out the ballot at all, there is definitely no chance of count.
Right. Well, and again. Look, folks.
I like that re-registering, though.
Yeah. No, it just, I mean, as simple as this here.
Yeah.
They know what's coming.
No question.
There's a deliberate plan. Mitch McConnell has already said it. They are articulating. Their plan is simple. We want to control. They know that there's no law on the city level, on the county level, on the state level, on the federal level, that cannot be challenged.
It's true. And
so their goal is to say, yeah, we're about to lose some states. So while they're doing gerrymandering, hold on to power.
Send it to court.
Voter suppression, hold on to power.
Send it to court.
All this, hold on to power. That's the piece. Because you can't vote on judges.
Yep.
How about that?
On federal judges.
Send it to court.
And they're there for life.
Yes.
And so we better understand linking the federal court to who we vote for.
That's right.
See, that's the piece where these Democrats had better bring it up and sound the alarm. Democrats,
why aren't they talking about it?
Dude,
we sleep on that
forever. And the crazy thing is, Democratic Party is idiotic because if it wasn't for the federal courts, not the Supreme Court in Brown 1 and 2, it was the lower courts that actually interpreted and enforced Brown 1 and 2.
That's right.
That's why the Republicans are still pissed, because of the 64 Civil Rights Act, 65 Voting Rights Act, Fair Housing Act, because those federal judges used the Constitution to grant black folks their rights.
That's right.
And I don't know what the hell Dems are doing not talking about it.
Judge Tuttle at the district court level, Judge Damon Keith at the Court of Appeals level. The Supreme Court is the court of last resort. Most of these cases decided the Supreme. This guy in Georgia allowed this purge to continue. He's sitting on the federal bench, but he's at the district court level. People, we have to understand this.
You got to link them. Yeah. Democrats not doing it. They never do.
Democrats are terrible.
We sleep on that.
It's just a number.
Democrat, you can't talk about climate change if they gonna sue.
Right, because you'll lose.
And I think most of us are convinced that one of the reasons that they
climate
didn't.
change or PETA or something.
You got a problem.
Animal rights
No,
or
but
climate change, and then we might get someplace.
There's no, they are taking federal regulations. They're taking them to federal court.
Right.
Republicans are saying, y'all pass all the laws y'all want to.
No question.
We're going to have judges who going to say, nope, nope,
That's right.
nope.
That's right.
And they're going to have them on the district level,
Yes.
the appellate level, Supreme Court. So they're going to say, we're going to be able to block anything from the bottom to the top.
I mean, when the sister came out and said and ruled from the court and said that no president is above the law, that should have sent a message to all. Do you see why it's important to have black people on the bench? This sister was like, oh, no, you have to answer this federal subpoena. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand what's going on. These people have given up on voting. They're trying to hold the line, but they're stocking the bench because it's the judge's law.
I get McConnell did not let Obama do it, but Obama could have done a better job on the judges.
Let me clear.
I'm not in the Barack Obama defender at all. Barack Obama.
Right here?
Yes.
You heard it?
Yeah.
Obama should have appointed a black woman.
No question.
Yeah. It was a disaster.
Obama should have appointed a black
He
woman.
wouldn't have done that to a black woman.
Obama should have appointed a black woman.
Yeah.
Dr. King always said, you got to have a protagonist and an antagonist. You can't have 109 white men, 109 justices in the history of the Supreme Court, and 105 being white men. And then you appoint one. We ain't fighting for him. But if he had appointed a black woman,
Come on.
first in history, it would have set up protagonists, antagonists.
That's right.
And it would have been hell on the GOP for 9 months.
That's right.
And then Obama went to Illinois and gave a speech and mocked those of us. What y'all want me to do? Appoint a lesbian from Muskogee? Go look it up. He did.
That's right.
Was one of the biggest mistakes he ever made.
That's right.
And I still believe, had he appointed a black woman, that would have been a major motivating factor for a lot of people in voting in 2016.
You know the tragedy about this, Roland? I remember on your show, News One Now, when Scalia died, I think in that next week you had a panel of, and you said this very, in other words,
yes,
Barack Obama.
Because when Scalia died on Friday,
yes,
I called Melanie Campbell, Leah Daughtry,
the beginning.
Saying, y'all need to have a meeting and y'all need to release a public letter.
That's right.
Calling for him to appoint a black. Yes,
but see,
I was in Toronto at the NBA All-Star game and did that. Hell yeah, I did.
So just getting back to how we treat each other differently, how we treat black people differently. We have different standards. We did it with Obama in the other direction, right?
Yes.
So we revered him so much we didn't put any pressure.
With Obama. Well, some people do.
Yeah, we didn't put any pressure on him, so he just kind of did whatever. And he was the guy that you had to make him do it, if I ever saw.
No question.
And so he just didn't. And you just see the party. It's not just about skin color. It's also party. Like the Republicans get in power, they understand how to wield power, they understand what power is, and they exert it.
Being nice.
No, they don't.
Not happy.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
All right, folks, it's the holiday season. This is when you think about spending time with your family and friends. It's also when you count your blessings and support those less fortunate. This year, you can be a holiday hero and change someone's life forever. Right now, there are hundreds of thousands of people who are sitting in jail without being convicted of a crime. Why? Because they can't pay the bail. The reality is this: if you are able to pay your bail, you're more likely to have no charges brought against you as a result of that. But if you can't pay it, you're more likely to plead guilty. That's why the Ebony Foundation has partnered with the Bail Project and sponsoring the Home by the Holiday campaign. Their goal is to bail out 1,000 people between now and New Year's Day. You can make a donation to their effort to do so. All you got to do is go to homebytheholiday.com, homebytheholiday.com.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.